Hello everyone, welcome to my review of Transformers Prime Arms Micron number 17 Voyager class, Swerve Sou. The repaint of Breakdown, and this is the only version of this mold that I own, which saddens me because of the fact that, well, I've always wanted a Prime Breakdown, and at the time of recording this, I do not have a Prime Breakdown, so Swerve is really the only Prime Breakdown that I have, and he's basically the same outside of the new head sculpt and the paint job, I guess. So you're gonna be standing in for Breakdown, and also that means during size comparison I really only got Decepticons with me, so he's gonna be around the Decepticons. Also, he comes with this idiot that is a little bit broken because for transformation this is supposed to be rotated down. It doesn't want to rotate down at all, so without breaking it, sadly enough, that is not going to happen, but we'll talk more about this during the accessory segment, but I thought I mentioned it. So then, Swerve, who are you? I have no idea. Got no idea, to be honest. Swerve never showed up at Transformers Prime, but with the fact that Transformers Prime had a limited cast and never decided to upgrade that cast, not really much anyway, they had to fill it in some way, shape, and or form, and also gotta get mileage out of a mold that's not gonna be sold in the rest of the world. So why not just make it Swerve? Because Swerve was kind of like a vehicle, kind of like that, so it works. So let's pull you in closer to take a look at the only new thing about you, the head sculpt. Also, he has some stickers which have all basically fallen off, I think. Is like one here, so no real stickers, but anyway, look at the new head sculpt, looking very nice, very Swerve like head sculpt. Big fan of that new head sculpt. Kind of wish he had the original head sculpt because of the fact I'm trying to make this idiot Breakdown. Then afterwards you got the chest here. As you can see, the sticker from the Autobot symbol has officially fallen off, but the imprint still remains. So while I have you on the Decepticon shelf, at heart you will always be an Autobot, even though technically your heart is on that side. But anyway, you got the nice translucent here as well. You got the big beefy forearms. Soundwave fell over for no reason at all, but you got the big beefy forearms with also the spikes that he had. Then in the waist here, I think these are stickers as well that I had to apply myself, which was hell, but he's got stickers there as well. I do actually hate that about Transformers Prime Arms Micron, because all of the details are all just stickers. I hate the fact that all his details are stickers. Also here on the legs I put some skid stickers as well. But anyway, I hate the fact that all of his details are stickers, but to be honest, for Swerve it actually doesn't necessarily matter because of the whole clear blue stuff that he has in here. It actually adds to giving him some actual details without all of the stickers. So there you go. And then also from the back he looks like this with the hollowness here because of, you know, transformation purposes obviously, and also the big wheel here on the back. But I am a big fan of this figure, even though the transformation can be a little bit annoying sometimes. So let's move you out of the way and look at Sou, which I hope that is how you pronounce it. I mean, my guess is that it is correct because it's a saw, so it's a Sou. But anyway, here we got the Micron partner that turns to a weapon, so let's turn you to a bot. So basically, fold the legs down. Technically, you're supposed to fold this back, but to my copy, it doesn't want to work. Fold up the head like so, and there you go. Here we got Sou. Also, this is the only figure from the Prime stuff that I have not yet made a thumbnail of, and I am not gonna put the 40th anniversary like I did with everyone else. But anyway, here we got Sou in robotic mood, kind of looking down sadly enough, but he's got a nice like Metabots head sculpt, nice little chest right there that you can kind of see. Then also you got the arms here, but yeah, they all basically came with Minicon partners, which I don't get, but also I don't hate at all because I love Transformers Armada. But overall, very nice. Obviously, the head can only move down, the arms can rotate all the way around, the legs can move forward and back independently, sadly enough. No knee joint, nothing else, but that's all you really get for articulation. There you go. And also you got the saw with obviously once again stickers having to be applied. You can see that I did it because it's horribly wrong, but that doesn't really matter. But anyway, overall very nice looking guy. But then let's get him back into saw mode because of the fact that I don't really care about his robot mode because that thing is broken anyway. So basically make sure that the arms are looking like this and then fold the legs down. There you go. And obviously Swerve can hold it in his hand. I kind of wish that he kind of came with the original one because the original Breakdown came with with a hammer, which was actually a lot nicer than this saw thing, but he needs to be different for some reason, so he holds it like a gun. I do like how, you know, the arms and the legs kind of form the whole, like, vehicle structure right here to really blend in from the side view. Big fan of the way that they do that. Obviously, also, you can plug it in here on the side, but because of the long peg, you can better just plug it into the hand. You can also just plug it up on here, but just plug it into the hand. But yeah, he has a weapon that he comes with, so moving that off to the side, obviously. Let's go then straight into articulation, and like every Transformers Prime review, it's not really gonna be all about the articulation, because that wasn't the focus back then. Anyway, the head can look a little bit side to side until the Chin Master from Transformers Animated comes in, which actually, this guy has a big chin, but anyway, blocks everything. So then the arms can rotate fully. You got in and out as well. You have an in and out down here, and the shoulder pad can also move a little bit as well in order to get him further arm movement out, which I like that. Then also you have a swivel up here and a rotation, which kind of looks like it should be ratcheted, but it's not ratcheted on neither elbow. It never was ratcheted on my copy. Hands, sadly enough, do absolutely nothing. As you can see, it's just molded on slap right there. Then after that, he has a waist rotation, which on my copy is a little bit loose, but I guess maybe mushroom peg, which means that everything is horrible for me, because I do not like mushroom pegs, and we have a complicated history. The legs can go forward about that far because of the whole sculpting, but backwards very far, in and out as well. A swivel up here and also a knee bend, and the feet can move up and down for transformation purposes. So while you do not get all of the articulation, you do get some of the articulation, so you might be able to put him in some cool poses. I'm probably just gonna have this idiot stand here, and that is basically going to be the thumbnail shot, to be honest, because I don't really know what else to do for him with the thumbnail, because I'm not really good at posing figures. Anyway, with that out of the way, let's move you a little bit backwards, because we gotta get into SAS comparisons, starting off obviously with Breakdown's boyfriend, Knockout. Yes, indeed, here they are together, and wow, this is not Breakdown, he is my Breakdown stand-in, and he looks very nice alongside Knockout right there. So then let's get you out of here so that we can bring in his ultimate rival, Mr. Bulkhead. Almost forgot your name. I initially decided not to go with Autobot size comparisons, but to be honest, Bulkhead and Breakdown are very important to each other, and since this might be my only time potentially reviewing this mold, because now I'm not gonna get the Legacy one because that one looks so inaccurate, just like Bulkhead, I decided to pull out Bulkhead after all. So you're gonna get an Autobot to show up next to Swerve after all. But here they are together, looking very nice. Now obviously this is the first edition Bulkhead, the knockoff of said first edition, but still first edition nonetheless. And he is a little bit taller than Breakdown, which to be honest I don't necessarily care about too much. You know, scaling wasn't necessarily the point of this one. Look at RC for a perfect examples. But overall, looks very nice alongside, well, Breakdown, but Swerve. So then here we have Swerve next to Megatron and Starscream, and I feel like he should be a little bit bigger, especially if I just look at that Starscream. I feel like Breakdown, well, the original Breakdown, should have been a little bit bigger, but whatever. It can't be helped. He still looks nice alongside them, so let's get them out of here. And let's bring in Shockwave and Soundwave, the Wave Buddies, for the final size comparison for robot mode. Looking very nice as well, but once again, I feel like Breakdown maybe should be a little bit bigger, but whatever. It can't be helped, to be honest. I feel like if he was a little bit bigger, he would need to be leader class, which I actually don't remember if they did during this time, to be honest. So then let's get them out of here. Pull you in a little bit closer, and let's get into that transformation. So let's get Swerve transformed into his vehicle mode, and this can be a little bit annoying, so hopefully I'll be able to give you guys a clear instruction. So what you want to start off with, obviously, you want to take the titties of him and just rotate it up, fold out this grill here, and also close this whole thing up. There you go. That's the start. That's the easy part, because now we need to get the arms in. But first, what you want to do, I'm going to rotate this down a little bit. You want to basically rotate around the hands on the side, like this whole thing, this whole section here. You want to rotate it around, which get the hand in there. After that, what you want to do is annoying, but we'll get there. You want to rotate in the shoulder pads So rotate in the shoulder pads while also getting everything under here. Sorry if I hit the camera. But basically you want to rotate this whole thing in, and then there are tabs on the side here. They're going to slide into slots there and there. So you basically want to just get this whole thing together like so. Make sure that everything is aligned like so. There you go. But we're not done yet. Then after that, what you can do is take this whole thing and rotate it out. Now we got to rotate the arm. Come on. Like this. Rotate the arm like this, and then rotate this whole thing in, and keep this whole thing straight as well. But now you want to basically rotate the arm in, and then they're gonna tab together here at the front, and that will basically hold this whole piece together if you can get it done, which can be a little bit annoying to do. So there we go. And to be honest, these tabs are actually at the front very strong, because they are the only things holding these arms into place. I'll say that right now, okay? So now we can work on the back, which is less annoying, but it has some annoyance as well. So what you want to do on the inside here, undo this whole thing, rotate it out and tab it in. So untab this piece here, rotate it around, and then right here just tab it in like so. Then fold in the foot, rotate in the foot all the way. Don't worry about it, just get that foot in all the way, because you need that curve in order to do stuff. Then afterwards rotate this out like so, and then what you're gonna do is basically rotate the waist around like so, and that will allow us to be able to rotate this whole thing in, get it like this, and then this tab here on the side is gonna tab into this piece here on the side. So basically you want to take this, tab that in, rotate this whole thing around, and tab it in on the side. And then finally, to finish off the big man himself, what you want to do is you want to take the bussy and rotate it down and tab it into place, which can also be slightly annoying if you don't have everything aligned, but I hopefully do. I do. So there we go, and then just push it in a little bit in order to get the remaining pieces out. And here we got Swerve, or Breakdown, in his vehicular form. So then here we have Swerve in his beastly vehicle mode. Man, I love this vehicle mode. Look at the big tire on the back. But I love this vehicle mode. It's a fantastic vehicle mode. Too bad I don't have the original Breakdown, but like I said, this guy is a stand-in until I get the official Breakdown figure. But, or maybe, I don't know, some kind of like third-party company wants to remake that idiot. Kind of like the same vein as, you know, Megatron and Optimus, Bulkhead and RC and all that stuff. And from the same company that remade, well, that actually made the Arachnid figure that I have. That's actually pretty good. So here we got Swerve. I keep wanting to call this idiot Breakdown, but anyway, let's take a closer look here. As you can see, you got the big front grille with also that, and then the lights here, kind of, plus that stuff, which is all stickers, and the used to be their Autobot symbol, but then like this thing just barreling down at you will just kill you. But then here you got the blue windows right there, which I love the fact that those are blue, kind of like for color separation. You even got like hinges here. I don't really mind the fact this is here because of the fact of what they molded up here. It kind of blends in, the fact that is actually just this idiot's hinge. But then here you got the side with the big mirrors for the rear view that can't see anything, sadly enough. But here you got a bunch of stuff. You got the big wheels, the big rolling wheels, and the front wheels are actually pinned. Look at that. My God, I did not expect to see pinned wheels on a Prime figure from 2010 or 2011 maybe. Let's say 2011, from 2011, for crying out loud. This thing is just beautiful. And then on the back, as I've already shown, you got the big tire and the things holding the big tire in place. You got a little window right there. Very nice. But overall, this is a big, beefy looking vehicle. You love to see it. So then, weapon integration, obviously. Well, you got a hole in the front here, which you can just plug this idiot into, like so. Or you got the big hole here on top. Technically, you have these two holes as well, which this can also plug into. But you got the big hole on top where you can just put it in all the way. And there you go. Looks ridiculous, feels ridiculous, is ridiculous, but what are you gonna do about it, right? But I do like the fact this thing has a huge peg in order to really get into that hole. You love to see it. So let's move this out of the way, and then obviously this thing rolls like rolling things do. So let's move you off to the side for size comparison. Starting off, here he is next to Knockout, and even though you're not Breakdown, it is still very nice to see you next to Knockout. I love these two together. They look very good together. So then, let's bring in Breakdown's nemesis. So here we got Breakdown, quote-unquote, Swerve next to Bulkhead. Look at the two of them together. Man, these two both have some powerful big vehicle modes. You'll love to see it. So let's get Bulkhead out of here and bring in the other Decepticons that I should have brought in robot mode. So here we got Swerve next to the other Decepticons, that even though he's not necessarily a Decepticon, I'm still gonna count him as a Decepticon, looking very nice. And I also realized I should have done Megatron the Starscream before this, but let's get into them now. So here we have Swerve next to Megatron and Starscream, and he's looking big and beefy, even though technically Megatron is bigger and beefier. But he's Megatron, so he's supposed to be like that, but man, looking very nice anyway. So then let's move them out of here for Knight Rider. So here we have Swerve next to Kid from Knight Rider, looking very nice as well. And even though, you know, he is smaller than Kid, he still looks big and beefy overall next to Kid. So I like how that works. So then finally we got me favorites. Here we got him next to Soundwave and Shockwave. You love to see these guys together. Very good, very cool looking. So let's get them out of here. Pull you in closer and let's get into that reverse transformation. So let's get Swerve back into his robot mode. So what you want to start off with is a very simple process that's called untabbing the back section by pulling down here in order to lift this whole thing up to get it out of the way. Then you want to pull this towards you in order to untab it and rotate it around, and then also fully extend it. Do the same thing on the other side. But because of the way that the tab attaches, you want to pull it towards you. Don't pull it like backwards or anything. But anyway, extend the legs fully. Then afterwards, what you can do is you can rotate up this piece and then rotate down the foot. So rotate this up because otherwise this big piece is gonna block it. Rotate this down. Then afterwards, rotate this back down. And then afterwards, untab this and then rotate it. And then you got this big tab here that is going to slide into that slot right there. So you want to basically rotate this so that it can slide in. So just rotate this and slot it in, and there you go, pair of legs are done. Waist rotation later. We are fully done with the bottom half. Let's get to the hell called the top half. So what you want to do obviously is you want to split the top here like so, also split it back here. Then afterwards what you want to do is you want to basically get the arms rotated around. So get the arms just rotated around. Rotate this off to the side while rotating the shoulder pads as well. So rotate the shoulder pads forwards and get this off to the side. Get this fully extended. Afterwards, you can fold in the grill after you have rotated the arms like so. So now you technically would fold in the grill. Also, come in between here and get that split going so that the head can fit in here. So split this off to the side. Get this whole thing ready to go. Come on. It's a little bit difficult to figure out how this whole thing works, but whatever. Anyway, there you go. Then what you want to do is you want to fold this down and just get that slotted in there, and full rotate the head down. There is his head. Then afterwards what you want to do with this, you want to rotate this around and then rotate this off to the side. Rotate this piece here around and rotate it off, let's see here, to the side like so. And then afterwards finally what you want to do is compress this and collapse it onto the back. There is a tab here that goes to the slot right there, so just tab that whole thing together. Make sure that the head stays down. And here we have good old Swerve back into his robot mode. Let's give him his weapon to call it a day, boys. So here we got him, yay! So final thoughts on Swerve. I like him. I think he's overall a great figure. Same with Breakdown, same with Silas Breakdown. Any of these molds are great. Well, yes, there is some annoyance in the transformation. I'm not gonna deny that at all. Overall, it is a fun figure to flip back and forth. I have done it numerous times, which is why for none of these Prime reviews, I actually needed to look it up. Actually, that's not entirely true because I did forget how the Insecticon work. But overall, I think this is actually a really good figure. However, the problem comes with the aftermarket prices because of the fact that this guy with its mates as well, you know, Breakdown and Silas Breakdown and all this stuff, they are exclusive figures. They become a little bit more pricier on the aftermarket. So while I like this figure a lot, and I think actually this is a great figure, the problem comes from buying him online because he just goes up to like 100 plus, maybe even to 200, and he's not worth that much, okay? So for me, I would recommend this guy if you find him for Voyager class price point. I would say this is a neat little figure to add to your collection. Whether this one, the breakdown, or the Silas breakdown mold, doesn't matter. Any mold from this guy, they're all worth it for Voyager class price point. So that has been my review of Transformers Prime Arms Micron number 17, Voyager class Swerve with his little buddy. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on that bell, and comment your thoughts on this figure. And please check out my Let's Play channel, linked in the description and at the end of the video. I upload 3 videos every day of different games, but mainly Pokemon. And I'll see you guys in the next review. Bye!